Thanks for joining us here today. We have our favorite gyms. Miss Amanda, Miss Megan, Mr. Brian. So we're going to start off pretty generically and just do like a quick intro so people that follow along and they should know who you are, but in case they don't know who you are. So we'll start with Amanda.
Okay. My name is Amanda Paratic, and I own CrossFit Panthera, A2O Fit home of CrossFit Panthera, and we offer coach-led classes for ages 2 to 100 plus.
Nice. And you're getting certified to do some yoga and stuff, right?
Yes, I have my yoga teacher training, 200-hour RYT, registered yoga teacher, and I've been teaching some yoga classes at Sonder, and I'm doing my TRX certification later this month.
TRX. Yeah, TRX. I got nightmares about TRX. That was tough stuff. And if you've ever been to any of like the runs, you seem to be like stretching everybody out at all the runs. All the Jefferson Patterson.
Yes,
You're
all
like
ones
the
at
official.
Jefferson Patterson Park. Yeah. I did all 3 of those. So if you haven't signed up for them for next year, like the medals make a big circle. Really cool. And then I just did the one for Demandicure at Northern High School for Sonder Whole Fitness this past weekend. So I saw Billy there.
Yeah. Awesome.
Ms. Megan.
Yes, so my name is Megan Twining, and I own and operate Sonder Whole Fitness. We're located on Route 4 right at Cheneyville Road, right at the light there, and we have group fitness classes mostly. That's about 95% of our business, but we also do private one-on-ones, and we have yoga teacher training. So we train other people to become certified yoga teachers and certified TRX teachers. Our 3 disciplines are very soft movement, I like to say, practices. We have yoga and ballet, fitness, which we call bar, and then TRX. So a lot less heavy weights, a lot more body movement and flexibility, mobility.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then the chalk wall. That's famous. What's going on the chalk wall?
So we have a milestone wall just to celebrate our community, which I think all 3 of our facilities do a great job of community holding space for our community. So one of the ways that we recognize people is that when they make their milestone, they get to sign the wall. 100 classes, 250 classes, and all the way up to 1,000. So
somebody's been to 1,000.
Yes, one person.
One person to 1,000.
One person's been to 1,000 so far.
A lot of yoga.
Yeah, it's a lot of classes. Yeah,
we have that too, but it's not.
Really?
We don't advertise it as much as Megan does because they're on top of their game at Sonder. We have a tree downstairs, so they get leaves on the tree.
Oh, that's cool.
And
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I can show you.
Oh yeah, we're definitely getting pictures of that.
They get we have a couple people that have gotten to 1,000 classes.
Wow.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun.
So, it is. Of anything.
It's good.
That's a lot.
It is.
It also speaks volumes like how long you 2 have been doing this too, because 1,000 classes. I mean, because people don't attend every single class every single day of the year. So
most people don't. Just the ones who get to 1,000.
So, that's a lot of attendance.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Brian.
Yeah. So Brian Woodard, owner of Maryland Strength and Fitness. We offer personal training, semi-private training, some youth sports performance, and then nutrition coaching as well. We're located behind Walmart, over next to Do It Best Hardware. I'm a native of Calvert County, so like my goal has just been to provide fitness for our county.
Yeah, so you were a Northern grad.
Northern grad, 2002.
Nice. All right, so we'll start getting some of the questions, and I'll try to like best I can, just you. Yeah. But if you got things to say, obviously chime in and so forth.
Cool.
People don't just start a gym for no reason. Like there has to be some kind of background, some kind of inspiration. So Brian, we'll start with you. Like what kind of thing got you into just starting a gym?
So, well, the youth side comes from just youth athletics. I was a high school athlete, played high school sports, and it was never really like good enough to go on to the next level. And I felt like strength and conditioning was where I kind of fell short. But then as I got into my fitness journey, I learned that it wasn't just about helping kids, but helping everyone kind of find their niche in fitness. You know, everyone has their own way. I've pretty much done everything fitness related, from CrossFit, yoga, and then as well as doing my own like powerlifting and weightlifting.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ms. Megan, how did you end up starting your... It's not really a gym, you're a studio.
Yeah, studio. So
sounds fancier when you say studio.
Well, and I think it describes what we do a little bit better.
You're a lot of variety.
What I love what Brian said about, he sort of dabbled in all of it, and I think that's kind of what we all do is, you like movement, you like fitness, you like wellness, and so you do try on all these different things. And so for me, really starting Sonder Whole Fitness was putting together the things that I love the most, and knowing that there must be more people that love these things the most too. So I like to say that really under our roof are the things that we just exude and embody the very, very most, and is really, really authentic. And what we offer is a great complement to people who are doing other things that they want to round out what they're doing as far as movement. Maybe they are lifting heavy. Maybe they're at CrossFit or at Maryland, and they're doing a little bit more strength training focus, and they want to stretch out. Or maybe they're a runner or a cyclist, and they want to keep up their mobility. So that's why we exist, is to house all of the
How'd
things.
you come up with Sonder as the name?
Yeah, so I was Googling names that I wanted. And actually, I'm glad you asked, because it's a funny story, because my family used to move around a lot. And specifically overseas. We lived in Europe most of our married life until living here in Maryland. And I was just at about the time that I was opening up Sonder, I was getting wanderlust. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I've been in Maryland too long. Like I need a new adventure. Are we moving overseas? And we were not. So I was Googling words that I was like, wanderlust is what I'm feeling, but like that's not what I'm going to name my studio. It's not a travel agency. And sure enough, you know, the magic of the internet, you Google wanderlust and pop a whole bunch of names, words that are somewhat similar, and I found Sonder. I was like, oh yeah, that's
interesting.
That's our name.
Now yours is a little bit different in the sense that like you're under a CrossFit, like you're kind of a brandish associated with it.
Yes.
So you're a little bit different than they are. You have a big space and you're a little bit more entailed. So how did you start?
So, well, I kind of came this way by happenstance. I was teaching high school science, and I loved it. So that's why we offer coach-led classes, and it's not just like a come in and do your own thing gym. So it's just a different style of teaching. And when I moved to Maryland with my husband in 2012, I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anybody. I was not athletic at all. And so at the beginning of that year, I was like, wouldn't it be fun to have like a New Year's resolution to run 500 miles this year? And I like,
wouldn't that
everybody
be fun?
says that. Yeah,
I like
fun.
never run a 5K. So,
you didn't want to like work your way up to that. You're just like, fine.
yeah. And my husband was like, why don't you start slower? And I was like, you don't think I can do it? And so I started, that was it. I made like a board. It had 500. I had a push pin. Every week I put in how many push pins I needed to like get 500 by the end of the year. And I would put a push pin for every mile that I ran, so I still have it. But when I was doing that, I kind of discovered there was Calvert CrossFit had opened up, and it was like a really good price, like I think like $50 a month, and my friends had done CrossFit, like a college friend and a high school friend, and they'd had great results, and so I like joined, and I never planned to coach. I wanted to do kids classes, so I started with my kids certification, and then I kind of got thrown to the wolves into coaching, and then kind of went from there. I left teaching and opened another affiliate with someone else. So that opened in 2016. Oh my man, 2016.
The fact you even know the numbers, like I just make up. Like,
So then we closed that one. That's actually over where Brian is, but we closed that CrossFit space, and so we've been here since 2019. And the A2O Fit, like going into like how you got the story, I was also searching for names because, Google. CrossFit, you can't have the same name or like a similar name to something else. And so I had like CrossFit Panthera, Panthera is the scientific study of big cats. So I brought in my love of science.
That's neat.
And then my love
That's
of
cool.
cats, because if anybody knows me, I'm like a crazy cat lady. We have a cat room here at the gym, so I like foster with Friends of Felines in Calvert County. So I love cats and I love science. So that's where that came from, but I wanted to dual brand because CrossFit scares people.
It does.
Yeah.
They're flipping tires and they do all this stuff.
Yeah, like, and we don't flip tires. Like,
No.
everyone's like, flipping
I've been here a few
tires
times.
and
Never flipped
swinging
a tire.
sledgehammers.
However, I came around and I drove around. The tires are sitting on the side of the.
We put
parking
them
lot.
there so people stop parking on those mats out there. So we blocked the
Scare them
mats
off.
with the tires, so they can't drive onto the mats.
Oh,
People
man.
are parking there. Not all
Functional
members.
tires.
Yeah,
Not
they're
big
functional.
tires.
Yeah.
So that's why we like dual branded, and so the A2OFit comes from acorns to oaks. It was an English translation of a Japanese poem that talks about no one is inferior or superior to anybody else, and that we're all the acorn or the oak. You know, you can come as you are and be what you
I
want
love
here.
that.
That is pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's a great name.
And Brian's like just Maryland strength.
Yeah.
Good. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm a very simple guy.
We're in strong.
You know
We're
what?
good.
Like, it says exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually
Pretty straightforward.
probably the smartest business move in the world.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I just want to get rid of that because people are like, oh, what is A2O? And they put
Yeah.
like the number 0 instead of the letter
Yeah.
O, or
But it's good conversation,
It's
right?
good
Like,
conversation.
you
It
always
is.
want to open it up. People don't ask what Maryland Strength and Fitness
No.
is.
Right,
You know, it's
yeah.
like,
No,
we
they
get
just
it. You know?
yeah, they just sign up.
Well, I wouldn't say that either, but
when we first opened, people were like, oh, does it? Well, I think I asked, what do you think A2O stands for? And they were like, Alpha to Omega, and I was like, no, Amanda 2.0, because it was like, I was like,
yeah.
so I do like that
That's
one. I
pretty
kind
good.
of keep that one
That's
sometimes.
interesting.
So,
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in the name? That's awesome. All right, so
that's good.
now we're moving on to the next one. Megan, if they were to say you can only do one class, what's the class, your favorite class out of all the classes? If they were like, no way, you can only do one now.
Yoga.
Yoga?
Yeah.
Now, there's different kinds of yoga. Let's not simplify it. Like, there's strength. There's like, I always in my head were like, oh, I'm stretching. That's not exactly always what yoga is.
No, well, I mean, honestly, we could spend the next
Oh, sure.
200 hours
Yeah.
talking about
Yes.
yoga, and you would just get your very first certification. So, to make it super simple, I mean, yoga is it's a way of life, and in the West, yoga has become a fitness class. We call it's called asana, but really yoga is an ancient tradition that is coming from the Vedic and Hindu religion and philosophies, and it's a way of bringing in some of the Eastern philosophy into the West. And the physical practice of moving your body into shapes and poses is just one really, it's like 1% of what yoga really is about. So you gave me a really great gift. You said choose one, and I chose
one.
yoga because like I've
got
got
variety.
6,000 years
that's
of content
great.
here.
Well, you
So,
said you traveled, you lived over in Europe and so forth. Was there
Yeah.
any influence over there? Like, were you in any places that like had yoga? Or
No,
just-
yoga is a newer practice for my personal life, and it feels like it's been calling to me my whole life now that I'm in it, and I think, oh my gosh, I missed the signs all along, but it's not too late, and I embrace it, and I love it now, and so what we're doing with yoga at our studio is, of course, we're doing the postures and the physical practice of yoga, but we also do a lot of education on the yoga lifestyle. Even the way to eat and sleep can be dictated by yogic principles. So, thank you for that.
That was an
gift
easy
of
one. Then,
yoga.
because
I can
covers
go
a lot
in
of stuff.
a lot of different directions. But
So
yeah,
that same
I do.
question for Amanda's got to be a little tougher because you guys don't necessarily have like a class. So let's say this: if they only said you can do one lift or one, which one would that be? Because there's lots of there. You do a variety, like you're doing pull-ups and sit-ups and all kinds of stuff. What's the one thing that you're doing?
Me personally, or
Well, you're running the gym,
teaching?
so because you would think it's important enough that you'd want to keep doing it.
Oh, see, I was like the easy answer was going to be CrossFit. That's what I want to teach, which encompasses.
I learned my lesson after the first
I know,
answer.
CrossFit. So everyone's going to hate me for this, but I actually think I would never get rid of the burpee.
Burpees.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And I'm going to say this because it can be done anywhere.
Yes.
You can make it easier or harder. Like, you can do it. There's lots of modifications for it based on where you're at in your fitness journey. I just learned it's actually named after a guy. Oh my gosh, your fun facts of the day. It's named after a legit guy whose last name was Burpee.
Really?
And I'll have to find it and share it. Somebody just shared it with me the other day.
But you forgot to name.
Somebody just sent it to me the other day, and I didn't even know that it was named after a real person. And it was like, yeah, so now you have somebody to blame for them. But it's good cardio.
Yes.
It's good strength building. You can slow it down and like make it into an 8-count burpee. You can speed it up. Like the CrossFit burpee where people just like flop to the ground and jump up in the air.
Do you ever do weighted ones?
You can do it with a weight vest. You can take dumbbells. You can do dumbbell burpees. You can like add movements to it. Like you hold the dumbbells and you get down to the ground and then you like swing them up overhead.
Oh man!
Wow.
We like to say, a devil's press.
Yeah.
We like to say,
Absolutely.
I say a lot, like you're raising your hands up because it's a celebration of the fact that your body can do this. A burpee is a celebration. A celebration that you can fall down on the ground.
That is what we call
and get
a
back up in the
spin
air.
doctor.
Yes, thank you.
I'll say, so when you asked about my
A
favorite
celebration.
class, I was like, oh, well, I could say like our Silver Fit class because that class
Silver
is
Fit.
very close to my heart.
That is I'm gonna
55
I was
plus.
gonna say
55 plus. But we have some people that are like in their 60s in our regular CrossFit classes, and we have some of our Silverfit folks could be in the regular CrossFit classes. They just like to be with their own group. But watching them be able to do burpees and sometimes like we show them the modification, and usually they use the modification. But sometimes I'll be like, who wants to do a full burpee today where you get down on the ground and get up in the air? And if they do, and everybody else is doing 10 of the modified ones, I'm like, you only have to do 2. You just have to show me that you can get down on the ground and get up. And that's what we want to be able to do as we get older. Yeah. So that
I don't know about the silver part though. Like I've been silver way before 55. Like, all kinds of silver beforehand. But that's fun.
Yeah. So the burpee. That would be. I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
And then yours, you get one lift too. What's the one? Workout, lift or workout? Like it doesn't matter. It's got to be one exercise though.
You've really upped the ante on
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Just honing in.
So our clients and myself, we love the deadlift.
Deadlift.
Yeah, I mean, it's functional. Everyone picks up something and puts it down at some point in their life. And wouldn't it be awesome to be able to pick up, the back of a car or something?
That was your example. Just in case I need to lift my car.
Or a suitcase.
I would say, deadlift. All of our clients like the deadlift. They feel the most strongest. They feel a lot of them feel accomplished when they leave. So
I always feel like the deadlift is like the reverse squat. Am I thinking of that right? Like I've done deadlifts, and when I do it, the form I try to keep is like a reverse of a squat. So instead of going down, I'm pulling up.
Some way. So the deadlift is more of like a hinge. Squat is what it sounds like, right? We're squatting, we're bending our knees a little bit more. Hinge is we're using our glutes a little bit more and our hamstrings, like our backside muscles. But I like the deadlift because at any point, if you feel like you're going to fail, you can let go of the bar.
Yeah.
With squat, you go down, you get stuck in the bottom.
You better get a spotter.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we like the deadlift for sure. Yeah.
All right, doing good. All right.
I love deadlifts. Whenever my back feels a little like maybe tight or even like a smidge out of alignment, which is kind of common for me, I'm like, I just need to do like a couple sets of deadlifts and like I'm set. I don't know. It's very therapeutic.
Medicine. We usually like to do for like low back and stuff. I actually like to do Romanian deadlifts.
Yeah.
So like starting from the top instead of from the floor. Usually you can load a little bit better in the glutes and then it takes the pressure off the back.
Yeah.
But we use that a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. This morning I did some deadlifts and my back is definitely hurting. So I'm a little.
That's not good.
Yeah,
no, it's not good.
That's not the way it's supposed to go.
No.
We got some yoga you could go.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yoga.
Maybe you need some personal training.
If you need a form check, just let me know.
That's why. Maybe I'm just doing the whole thing wrong.
That's right.
So we're going to move into information. I get really into the health and fitness, and I like all my podcasts are health and fitness type stuff.
Sure.
If there was one thing you would want the general public to know about health and wellness, just one thing, what would it be?
It's up to you. That's my one thing.
It's up to you. Okay.
It's up to you. It's that to make the the commitment and the change, and even while you're in the midst of doing it, it is up to you. You can have a coach that can inform you and help educate you and hold you accountable, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. You're the one that has to make the appointment. You're the one that has to drive in the car and get where you're going. And then even in the midst of the movement, you're the one that has to activate the muscles. So you can have all the professionals in the world around you that know, tons more than you do, but at the end of the day, it's up to you.
I think, and piggybacking off of that, like we've all established, we offered different modalities of fitness, but really the thing that I have seen that offers the best results is consistency. Mm-hmm. Just showing up, finding what is going to make you show up, whether it's yoga, personal training, that accountability, CrossFit, being in the community, that big community environment. Whatever's going to make you show up every single day, or whatever day, however many days you want to commit to it, just be consistent. Even if you do a little bit that day, show up.
It has to be fun and healthy at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're younger and you're working out and doing stuff, it's usually for a sport or for a reason. And as you get older, that sport's not necessarily there anymore. So it's got to have inherent reasons to be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's a misconception that I need to get healthy, or I need to start to work out. I need more lean muscle mass, and let me hire someone to do that for me. And at the end of the day, we're there to guide you and educate you and hold space for you and provide the equipment. But at the end of the day, this is a challenge that you have to take on. Yeah. Because when the people do take on that challenge for themselves, and I like to say they take a stand for themselves, then that's when we have success.
Yeah.
And you get people that are consistent. So that's a great question. Thank you.
So I'm going to ask you, are you just going to piggyback off? Is that what you're going to go with?
Yeah, I'm going to, my answer for that question was going to be, pretty much consistency.
Okay.
So,
One specific message you'd want to tell the general public to get them healthier.
I mean, it's very similar, but do what you love. Yeah. So if you're doing something that you love, you're going to be consistent at it, hopefully. Yeah. So if I don't, Megan knows this, I don't love bar. It's not my favorite form of fitness. It doesn't make me wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to go to bar class today. I do love it because I've taken more than one bar class now. So I can't.
998 left.
No, yes, I got a lot to get to 1,000. Yeah. But, I had to, you have to find something that you love that's going to, make you want to wake up and go to the gym, or go for a run, or go for a hike, or walk your dog, whatever somebody wants to do, they have to want to do it. It's up to them to do it. Mm-hmm. So we can provide all of these things, but if people don't show up for themselves, they're not going to get what they want.
So how does it work out? Do you guys do consultations? If somebody comes in and says, I'm not sure I want to do this, and I don't want to necessarily because I'm sure there's a financial barrier sometimes with people. I don't want to try, I don't want to start putting money in and do this, or membership. What do you usually tell those people? Come in and try one, or here's a video, or what do you usually do?
For us, we just get we get their goals and we decide if we're going to be a good fit for them or not. If what we offer isn't going to be a good fit, I'm not going to try to help somebody. But oftentimes for us, I think that we are, just advertising as personal training only. We're there for that person, that individual. So we're going to provide, that's what we offer, is we offer that we're going to provide, what we can to get you closest to your goal as fast as we can, or as fast as you can. Okay. So that's what and that's how we try to get around that objection of, of the investment that it might take.
Yeah. I think let's head to you with that same question, because everybody in their head has that CrossFit so much, blah, 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 that this got to be kind of a barrier sometimes for you.
Yeah, we do. We start with a discovery call, so we just get on the phone call and talk to everybody about what their goals are, what they're looking for. We can bring them into the facility to meet, show them around, and then there's kind of multiple paths to get started. But if they're going into our regular CrossFit classes, everybody starts with some sort of on-ramp program. So there's either we have a 1-month commitment where they all start with 4 one-on-one sessions with them and a coach, and we go through stuff so they're not coming into class I can't do pull-ups, I can't jump on a box, where is this? And it just helps them get familiar with how we do stuff, where everything is, the style of workouts, in a less crazy 1 hour class that they might like come into and feel super overwhelmed. So after those 4 sessions, they have the rest of the month to take classes before we even talk about membership options. If somebody's like, I want to commit to myself and I want to commit for 3 months, we also have an option. It's a little less per month. They still start with the 4 one-on-ones, but then they have 3 months to take classes, and then they're saving a little bit by doing that and committing to themselves a little bit more.
I'm sure the same for you as well, but in a different sense, Megan, in that everybody like has apps. There's yoga apps everywhere, and everybody just like, I can just stick this phone down here and do yoga on my own.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a few people that think they're experts before they even come to your studio.
Absolutely, and some are. I think that we have a variety of levels. So we have people that have been practicing yoga for 20 years, and we have people that have been, never taken a class that they could find at Sonder before. So we can differentiate our coaching and teach to everybody. So the way that the foot in the door is for us is we have a new client special. It's extremely affordable. Mm-hmm. It's $36. It's a week of unlimited classes. Come and see what you like, see what teachers you have a rapport with, see what works into your schedule, and then at the end of the week, see if you want to stick around. And so there's no commitment. It's a really very approachable way to just get their foot in the door and see what's what. And some people come back, and some people are like, yeah, I tried it, and I'm just not sure this is for me. And we hope that they find what is working for them. So and I think that I really like that you brought up that people have a lot of experience. They do, and I think that that's a beautiful thing, because we're all learning from each other. Even as teachers and even as coaches, we're learning from each other. So come in with your experience, and I think what you're going to find is community that is like-minded. And so now we're up to something really cool when all levels can come in. I don't think I speak for all of us. Like, none of us are these like teaching type locations where we just start with beginners and we take them through it. It's open to everybody, as long as you're willing to be in community with what we're up to.
And so I know you for sure have community with your group as well, Amanda. So can you speak a little bit more, like, she's got a community where you have people come in or accepting, try these different classes out. You have a very different but a very strong community here too. Yeah,
we really try and hit what everybody's looking for, and you're never gonna make everybody happy. So we try and do like community events, like we'll do monthly fundraisers for a specific local charity, and those are usually open to the community. Like, we've done yoga with cats for Friends of Feline, so Megan sent somebody over from Sonder to teach that for us. Now I could teach it. But we've had done paint nights here, so like things that are outside of just coming and working out. We try and do like activities together. Not everybody comes, but we try and vary what we're doing to see like what people work. We just did like 2 paint nights, so that was like fresh in my mind. Things like the holidays are my favorite time of year. So it's December. I like to decorate for all of the holidays. Like, I'm here more than I'm at my house, so we decorate the gym for pretty much every holiday there is. And so Christmas time, we have the elves are out. So we have, there are some WOD elves here, Wendy and Welf, the WOD elves.
Oh my God.
And they hide each day, and just like at everybody's house, if you find them, they bring you a present, so they get to pick a present from under the tree downstairs. So, and then we take their picture with the present, and then, they're always watching. They're watching the kids too. Like, when we have kids that are in the kids area, like if they're bad, we're like, the elves are watching you.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
That's, stuff like that is just like, that's what we try and do to build a little bit of community. And we have like time in between our classes where people can like hang out, do extra stretching or mobility or whatever they want. There's, I showed Brian earlier, we have like a coffee room that is very rarely used, but there's like a seating room. Actually, our tweens tend to sit in there more than anybody else, like, and hang out before or after their classes. So just trying to get people to hang out outside of just come to the gym and then go home and leave. So, yeah.
You're a little more. You have more like one-on-one training, but you also do groups of athletes too. So there's
we do. So we do have a semi-private model, which I would say that it's very similar. That would be our probably biggest group of community as far as like working out together. Now outside, we do get together. We try to bring. It's kind of funny because you have personal training clients, and your one-on-ones tend to. You see like one person coming in when you're leaving, and then and then you see that person, you see the person before you leaving. So you see a lot of that, and those people tend to be friends, and then that's where we like really start to build on our community. And it's kind of interesting. We do get together a couple times a year to in the gym, and then outside the gym as well. We'll go out for dinner or something like that. But we are a little bit more tighter, our population base is a little bit smaller, but it's because it's personal training and smaller group training. Yeah,
that's interesting. You guys all have very good communities, and everybody seems to kind of hold each other like friendly accountable, not like aggressively accountable.
Yeah,
like you were saying, if somebody's coming in every day, like in the back of their head, they're like, well, I got to show up because Fred is going to be coming in behind me, that kind of thing. And I know the same for yours. People, you got to show up on 6 a.m. They're used to seeing the same people every single time.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to shift gears a little bit. We're going to do some of your more influential information like books, or where are you getting your content that you can help share the audience to help them with some of their health. So we'll start. Who we had a while. I'm going to start with Miss Amanda. So some of the things that you get into, like, it could be a podcast, it could be books, it could be like where do you get like some of your health?
Don't we all just get our stuff from Instagram?
And TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah.
It's crazy because I think that there's just so much information out there. A lot of what I read now is more business related, so it wouldn't be like I listen to a lot of podcasts. That are related to the business or to owning a CrossFit business. Best Hour of Their Day is like one of my favorite podcasts. It's two guys that own CrossFit gyms, and they're talking about how to make this the best hour of the day for our clients. And so they have like an hour-long podcast, and there's always nuggets of information like, oh, this is great for practice for my business, or like, I don't know that I agree with that. I scroll through Instagram. There's, you can find some really great stuff on there. You can find exercises. If you follow the right ones, you can find like modifications, mobility, like yoga stuff. So that's one that people could look at. There's also a lot of junk out there.
There's a lot of junk. I was trying to filter some of it out with some of your expertise here.
It's really hard to like filter through all of this stuff. So, one of the podcasts I was listening to the other day was about like that he was saying he hated when people were talking about like getting through the holidays and like how to make it through the holidays. Like you have to stay on track with your eating, and it's like, well, your one Thanksgiving meal, if you don't make it into 10 Thanksgiving meals, eat your Thanksgiving meal and enjoy it. Like you don't have to like punish yourself with exercise. I know, like, did you run the Thanksgiving?
I missed that one.
Okay. Yeah, but a lot of people are like, oh, I'm here to like earn my turkey, but it's like you don't have to earn your turkey. Like run because you want to run, or walk because you want to walk, or you enjoy the people that you're walking with. Like fitness is not a punishment for what you ate or what you want to eat. It should be going back to like do something that you love, and I think it's like finding that balance between I want to be healthy and I want to eat what I want to eat. Like there's like a balance there.
Does some of your science background kind of step into what you do as well?
Yeah. Yes.
Minus the cats and the cats around here, like more of like a human anatomy type.
Yeah, actually, when I did my yoga teacher training with Sonder, one of my favorite books that I found it's the yoga poses, but it's the anatomy of your body, and it like shows you what muscles you're actually like working in each pose, and so it's like you can see the like person's body, and so those are the things that I like to read about and learn about. I studied and did got my CrossFit level 3 certification, so a lot of the stuff that I have been like reading is, I wouldn't say for everybody that they're really going to enjoy it. But I will say, podcast for the everyday female, because it is more female centric, is the Coffee Talk. It's Fit Me Coffee Talk. It's by Kirsty Campbell.
Okay.
She's local.
That's a good one.
She's a mom. She has 3 kids. She runs like a fitness or a nutrition business called Fit Me.
Okay.
And they're all like 5 to 15 minute podcasts where she talks about just things like in her life, and it's good. That one's a good one. And I think that would be good for people.
Same question. So, I can't remember what the question was. We nice
your favorite book
podcast.
podcast.
I was like involved. I'm like, the muscles. I'm like,
I was like, sorry.
Like, where we go? Like,
and there's so much out there, and there's so much you could talk about.
All right, Miss Megan, what kind of stuff do you get into to help you with the health that would help other people as well?
So I am always in training. Amanda knows this.
See, she's always reading.
I am always reading. I'm always in training. And so, like, currently I am working towards my 1,000 hour yoga certification through a local organization called the Mindfulness Center. The lead teacher is Dr. Norris. She's been a psychologist. She was head of psychology at American University. So a lot of what I do is mindfulness based, because that helps me round out what I already know in the movement space, and it helps me coach better. It helps me communicate better. It helps me kind of land with people a little bit better and relate to them. So I'm really working on my mindfulness stuff. So I'm in training for that. In fact, we just did an advanced anatomy course, which was out of this world crazy. I mean, I've taken anatomy probably 7 or 8 times, and I learned the most this last month. I learned a lot about the fascia system and the intelligence of our fluids in our bodies, and like, it's just wild. So I bring that kind of stuff into my teaching, so that when I'm teaching bar, I'm telling them why their tendons are helping their joints, and so then people really get behind that kind of stuff. So that's what I kind of bring into it. And then I'm also in training right now with Tara Brock and Jack Cornfield, who both have several books on the market. I highly recommend reading both of them, and they are the leading Buddhist thought leaders in the West, and so I'm in training with them. So that's pretty epic.
There's a Buddhist temple over in Chesapeake Beach.
Yeah, I've seen that recently advertised. So, and then as far as podcasts, like, I love Rich Roll. He's a thought leader, and it doesn't really matter what organization or what industry you're in. I think everybody should be listening to Rich Roll, because I think he just brings it all together. So I think he's super smart. I love what he has to say. There's a yoga podcast called Yoga Land, which always brings up good, like, yoga techniques and topics and things to think about. And then there's a musician named East Forest, and he has a podcast called 10 Laws, and he brings in some really good thought-provoking type things.
All right, so really cool. They can just like walk you through what the poses would be, like they describe them. How does that work?
What's that for?
So like we had a time about yoga.
Oh no,
so how does that work?
Usually it's more talking about like yoga techniques and what works and like why it works, and oh my gosh, hip openers. Let's talk about why hip openers are important for the human body, and so it's more like that kind of stuff instead of like following along someone teaching a class. Yeah,
that's pretty
cool. I don't know. I'm a geek.
All right, Ms. Brown, what are some of the things that you follow that you'd recommend to other people?
Yeah, so Power Athlete, it's a company formed by John Walborn. He's a former NFL vet. I get a lot of stuff that we do at the facility are based around his teaching. So basically, it's all around like functional movement patterns and the primal movements that us as humans perform. So a lot of the training protocols or methods really come from those seven primal movements. So we teach a lot of that.
That's cool.
I also follow Dr. Stu McGill. He has Instagram, podcasts, all that good stuff. But basically, that's all about back health. So we have a lot of clients that we need help, with back pain or low back pain, full back pain, whatever it might be. A lot of broken clients. So we integrate that into our training philosophy a lot, and I preach his word as much as I possibly can.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, keep people healthy and keep their back safe.
That's wonderful. You guys had really good answers, and this is why you're the leading gym studio owners in our area, because you have so much knowledge to pass on to everybody else, and the patience and the community involvement. Like that's why you're our favorite. So we're gonna move into we'll wrap this up. We're gonna be rapid fire questions, and they're not gonna be anything health related. They're just gonna be fun. Interesting.
All right, we're ready for fun.
And here's the kicker: they're not gonna be the same. So you can't just in your head be oh man, you can't think. They're gonna be different, but they're gonna be fun. They're not gonna be anything too involved.
Yeah.
All right. So if you could magically make one food 0 calories, what would it be?
Pizza.
That's pretty fast.
That's a good answer.
What kind of pizza? Like it's different kind. Does it matter?
No.
Anything on it?
No, like pepperoni, anything meat related. Yeah, I live my own with the meat, so.
All right, now this actually fits you really well though. What's your go-to vacation spot? A beach, the mountains, or somewhere touristy?
Somewhere touristy.
Touristy?
I mean, Europe.
Yeah. What are some favorite places? All of Europe?
Exactly, Europe.
All of Europe?
No, I mean, well, I don't even know if Europe. Now that I have more time to think about it. Okay, so my first answer.
Your first answer was touristy.
Touristy.
Spot.
I like to go urban. So I'd like to go to
stuff
cities.
To do, things, a little bit of shopping, a little bit of everything.
Culture, yeah.
One movie you never get tired of watching.
Oh.
A little less rapid on the last one there. Rapid-ish.
A League of Their Own.
League of Their Own?
I was like, hold on, I can sing the song and I can tell you everything about the movie. A League of Their Own.
That's a good one.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah. All right, so you win the lottery. What does that number have to be to quit your job?
I would never quit my job.
It wouldn't?
No.
I'm like,
I really would.
$8 billion.
I know,
it's
crazy.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll keep you just buy a bigger gym?
Yeah, absolutely. Provide free gym. Seriously,
free gym. All right,
I would absolutely provide free gym.
So that way everybody can just come and you have all the trainers and everybody gets to show up.
That's the worst objection ever, and not because I don't think people should pay. It sucks because I hate having to ask for money.
Yeah, that's great.
I think all of us has it.
Yeah.
Name one gift you could give one gift you could give all your family and friends. It's got to be one thing.
Oh my gosh, that's a really hard one. One gift I could give all of my friends and family. Oh my gosh, music.
Music?
Everybody loves music, yeah.
That's an interesting. Like a concert or go to a concert?
Yeah, go to a concert.
Who would it be?
Well, it would probably...
Kenny G.
Definitely not.
Okay, I was just checking. Who would it be?
It would be... actually, it's probably the Newport Jazz Festival coming up in Rhode Island.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Jazz.
I hope you're not watching this, guys. That's what I'm getting. Yeah.
All right. You have the ability to play any instrument with any band. What's the instrument and what's the band? Doesn't matter, past, present.
The drums, because I played drumline in college.
There you go, drum.
And... oh gosh, any band. I love Linkin Park, so I would just say Linkin Park. Yeah.
Actually, I saw them in concert.
Did you?
Yeah, Cypress Hill opened up for them. Cypress Hill was a different tone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were good. But Cypress Hill, when they play live, it's musical instruments. They don't do. It's not like a DJ table or anything.
Yeah.
So they were really good, actually.
That's cool.
I mean, I would like to also know how to play the guitar, but that would take a lot of work. So I'm happy.
It's a magical question, so you can do whatever.
Yeah.
So what ifs? All right. So favorite cartoon to watch when you were a kid?
Ooh.
You just pick one.
I was probably like Bugs Bunny or something.
Bugs Bunny?
Yeah.
It's still, my kids have not actually seen Bugs Bunny yet.
No.
It's sad, isn't it?
It is sad.
I know. Well, and because they don't want to watch it because it's not like it's not high def, whatever.
They're okay with it. I don't know why I've skipped Bugs Bunny. That's a good question.
I know we're not answering this, but can you guess what mine would be?
Well, something with Disney.
No, with cats.
Cats cartoon.
Pink Panther? No, I don't know.
Was it?
Garfield.
Oh, of course.
Garfield.
Now there was Heathcliff and Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield and Friends. That was
Garfield and Friends.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
And lasagna. I love cats and lasagna.
Oh.
That's funny.
So I would have made lasagna by 0 calorie one.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you had to make a YouTube channel not in your area of expertise, what would it be about?
A YouTube channel? Well, not in my area of
Not yoga.
expertise. Not in
Or health.
yoga or health. I mean, it would probably be about Well, I want to say something, but I'm not going to say that. It would probably be about travel.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say travel.
Yeah, it would probably be about travel.
That'd be a pretty good one too.
Yeah.
When you're out and about doing stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And you guys, your group does traveling events for yoga too.
We are going to
That's
Italy
right.
in 2025.
Yeah.
So come on.
Which part of Italy?
Tuscany.
Tuscany was my favorite part of Italy.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
And we're actually right. Our retreat is going to be right on the border of Tuscany and Umbria, so like you're going to kind of get a little bit of
That's
both,
cool.
and we're off the beaten path. So yeah, I'm excited
Get
about
some
that. So
fun,
it'll
I
probably be travel.
I got some Italy stories someday.
Yay! I can't wait. Pizza, lasagna, Italy.
Yeah, I know. We're in the theme. We're
in
rolling with
business.
these. Yeah, that's right. If you had to choose one fragrance for your entire house that it's gonna always smell like this item, what would it be?
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees.
Yeah. Yes.
I was gonna apple pie. Like when in my head, I'm doing these questions like apple pie. Christmas trees. That's a good one. That's
Yeah,
right.
I love
Everyone's
the
answer.
smell of
Awesome.
Christmas trees.
So that's it. That's our good, quick, and easies. It tells everybody a little bit about you and traveling and personality-wise.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you
This
guys
was
are
fun.
amongst our favorite gyms, and we always have fun events and things with you all. And I'm looking forward to many more years of it. So
Yay.
we appreciate all you do for the community.
Yeah.
And maybe we
Thank
can
you.
make this an annual sit down because you guys probably don't hang out enough.
No, we were just
Didn't
there.
It's been a while, so
Yeah.
we'll do this more often to get you guys together more
That's
often.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
All right.
need to facilitate it.
Right, it's gonna be in charge.
Thank
Well, we
you.
thank you for your time.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
And you guys have a great next year, and we hope everybody signs up for your gyms
Yeah.
and enjoy themselves.
Thank you.
Thanks, both.